The Jeffersons was more than just a sitcom, it was a cultural phenomenon that broke barriers and kept audiences laughing for over a decade. From George and Weezy's witty banter to their unforgettable neighbors, the show's cast brought these iconic characters to life in a way that left a lasting impact. Now, 49 years later, fans are still curious about what happened to the stars who made the show so memorable. In 2024, we take a look at their journeys, where their careers took them, their personal milestones, and the legacies they've built since leaving Jefferson Cleaners behind. Isabelle Sanford was born on August 29, 1917, in New York City. She is best known for playing Louise Jefferson, or Weezy, in The Jeffersons in 1975 at the age of 58. Louise was the loving, supportive wife of George Jefferson, known for her intelligence, strength, and wisdom, which balanced her husband's fiery personality. Isabel Sanford's portrayal of Louise earned her an Emmy Award in 1981, making her the first African-American woman to win an Emmy for Outstanding Lead Actress in a Comedy Series. Though Sanford achieved professional success, her personal life was more complicated. She faced challenges in her early years, including growing up in poverty. She married actor and director William James, and the couple had 2 children, though they eventually divorced. Isabel also experienced personal loss, including the death of a beloved sister and the struggles of balancing a high-profile career with family life. Despite her success, Sanford's later years were marked by health issues, though she remained active in the entertainment industry. Isabel Sanford passed away on July 9, 2004, at the age of 86 from natural causes. Sherman Hemsley was born on February 1, 1938, in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. He became a household name for his role as George Jefferson in The Jeffersons in 1975 at the age of 38, bringing to life a character known for his ambition, sharp wit, and sometimes abrasive attitude. George's determination to rise above his working-class roots resonated with many viewers. Hemsley's portrayal made George Jefferson an iconic character in television history. Off-screen, Hemsley's life was filled with struggles and complexities. He never married, though he had several long-term relationships throughout his life. His career, while successful, faced ups and downs, including a period where he struggled with typecasting after The Jeffersons ended. Hemsley also faced financial difficulties at various points and lived a relatively private life away from the spotlight. Despite his achievements, he was known to be lonely and struggled with maintaining personal relationships. Hemsley passed away on July 24, 2012, at the age of 74 due to complications from lung cancer. Franklin Cover, born on November 20, 1928, is best known for his role as Tom Willis on The Jeffersons in 1975 at the age of 47. Tom was a gentle, good-natured man married to Helen Willis, portrayed by Zara Cully, representing a groundbreaking interracial couple on television. Cover's portrayal brought humor and depth to the character, who often found himself the target of George Jefferson's biting humor. In his early life, Franklin attended the University of Vermont before pursuing acting, eventually carving out a successful career in both television and film. Despite his professional success, Franklin faced personal hardships. His first marriage ended in divorce, and although he remarried later, his personal life was marred by solitude and health struggles. His career saw ups and downs, with several roles in Broadway and TV before and after The Jeffersons. He also faced the challenge of financial instability, despite his fame. Tragically, Franklin Cover passed away on February 5, 2006, at the age of 77 due to complications from pneumonia. Roxy Roker was born on August 28, 1929, in Miami, Florida. When she was 46, she made history as Helen Willis, one half of the first interracial couple to be featured on primetime television in The Jeffersons. Her character, Helen, was elegant, intelligent, and often served as the voice of reason. Roker's role helped break significant racial barriers and pave the way for more diverse representation in television. Outside of her groundbreaking career, Roker faced personal hardships. She married the famous television producer and director Cy Kravitz and had one child, Lenny Kravitz, who would go on to become a world-renowned musician. However, her marriage was rocky, and the couple eventually divorced, which placed a strain on Roker's personal life. Roker's health challenges included a battle with breast cancer, which she fought valiantly but ultimately lost. Despite her hardships, Roker remained a beloved figure in television. She passed away on December 2, 1995, at the age of 66 after a long battle with breast cancer. Paul Benedict, born on September 17, 1938, played the eccentric English neighbor Harry Bentley on The Jeffersons in 1975 at the age of 37. A translator at the United Nations with a quirky sense of humor, Harry brought an endearing charm to the show. Benedict, who studied at the American Academy of Dramatic Arts, was known for his ability to portray oddball characters in both comedy and drama, with The Jeffersons being one of his most notable roles. Despite his success, Benedict had a series of personal tragedies, including an emotionally taxing divorce and a series of unfulfilled relationships that left him battling loneliness for much of his life. His struggle to find happiness off-screen mirrored some of the complexity of his roles, and he also dealt with mental health challenges over the years. Paul's health deteriorated in his later years, and he passed away on December 1, 2008, at the age of 70 due to natural causes. His passing marked the end of an era for one of the show's most beloved characters. Ned Wesley, born on October 27, 1923, is best known for his role as Ralph Hart, the doorman on The Jeffersons, a position that allowed him to showcase his comedic talents throughout the show's run. Ralph, at the age of 52 with his attempts to earn tips and his eccentric personality, became a memorable part of the show's ensemble. However, Ned's journey to success was not without its challenges. While his career in television gave him steady work, his ambitions of being a leading man never quite materialized. His marriage ended in divorce, largely due to the strain of his acting career and long hours on set, which left him with personal regrets. Though he found some recognition on television, his career lacked the major breakthrough he had hoped for. Ned Wesley passed away on January 2, 2013, at the age of 89 due to complications from a fall. His death came after years of working in the background of Hollywood, and his passing was a bittersweet reminder of the many actors who find success in supporting roles but never reach the limelight they once aspired to. Zara Cully, born on January 26, 1892, is remembered for her unforgettable portrayal of Olivia Mother Jefferson in The Jeffersons at the age of 83, which she played from 1975 until her passing in 1978. As Mother Jefferson, she delivered biting wit and sharp opinions, all while showing a deep, protective love for her son, George. Zara's career spanned several decades, but her life was marked by both triumphs and tragedies. She had been married at one point, but her husband died young, leaving her to raise children on her own, which undoubtedly shaped her later roles as strong maternal figures. Although she was known for her stage work, The Jeffersons was her most significant role, bringing her national recognition late in life. Unfortunately, Zara's life was cut short by illness. She passed away from lung cancer on February 28, 1978, at the age of 86. Despite her success on screen, her personal life was filled with sorrow, and she was left to reflect on her achievements amid personal loss. Mike Evans, born on November 3, 1949, was the original actor to play Lionel Jefferson, a role he began at the age of 26 in 1975 and continued until 1978. His portrayal of Lionel, a young man torn between his own aspirations and his father George's strict expectations, was both humorous and relatable, making him a fan favorite. Despite his early success, Evans faced many challenges in his personal and professional life. After leaving The Jeffersons, Evans experienced financial difficulties and struggled with his health. His first marriage ended in divorce, and despite his fame, he found it difficult to maintain a stable personal life. His career did not take off as expected after The Jeffersons, and his battles with depression and isolation intensified. In the later years of his life, Evans was diagnosed with throat cancer, a condition he fought against valiantly. Unfortunately, after a prolonged battle, Mike Evans passed away on December 14, 2006, at the age of 57. Danny Wells, born on April 7, 1941, played Charlie the bartender on The Jeffersons at the age of 34 from 1975 onward. Charlie was a beloved character who offered a friendly and welcoming presence at the local bar, often interacting with the main cast and other characters. Danny Wells' career, while successful in the role of Charlie, was overshadowed by personal struggles. Wells had a complicated personal life, with 2 marriages that ended in divorce. He also dealt with alcoholism, a battle that affected both his personal relationships and his career trajectory. Although he tried to recover and find stability, the scars of his past struggles were evident in his later years. Despite these challenges, Wells remained a beloved figure in television and continued acting in various capacities. He also made occasional appearances on The Jeffersons, but his later career was marked by a series of health issues. Danny Wells passed away on November 28, 2013, at the age of 72 after a prolonged battle with cancer. Erwin Keyes was born on March 16, 1952, and played Hugo Modzelewski, the bumbling but lovable bodyguard to the Jeffersons in 1981 at the age of 29. Hugo's physical comedy and endearing clumsiness were his signature traits, and Keyes' performance brought a distinct charm to the role. Erwin's career in Hollywood was marked by a variety of character roles, often playing tough guys or comedic buffoons, which contrasted with his real personality, soft-spoken and introspective. His life was marked by health issues, including a rare disease called acromegaly, which led to his untimely death. Erwin had a challenging childhood, growing up in New York and facing obstacles in a career that often pigeonholed him into certain roles. While he was married at one point, details of his personal life were kept largely private. He was never known to have children, and his relationships faced difficulties, possibly due to his health struggles. He passed away on July 8, 2015, at the age of 63 due to complications related to acromegaly. Marla Gibbs, born on June 14, 1931, is most famous for portraying Florence Johnston, the quick-witted, sassy maid on The Jeffersons in 1975 at the age of 44. Florence's biting humor and sharp tongue made her one of the most beloved characters on the show, providing comic relief in an otherwise tense household. Gibbs, who grew up in Chicago and worked as a secretary before pursuing acting, later became a notable figure in television. While her career flourished, Gibbs' personal life wasn't without its struggles. She had a tumultuous marriage to an unnamed husband and they had 2 children, one of whom, Angela Gibbs, also became an actress. Marla faced challenges with balancing motherhood and an acting career, but she persevered, even launching her own production company. In addition to her professional hurdles, Marla was affected by the pressures of Hollywood's demanding schedules and the stresses of raising children as a single mother. Despite the difficulties, she continued to find success in the entertainment industry. Now, at 93 years old, Marla Gibbs remains active and is still working in TV and film. Belinda Tolbert, born on November 4, 1949, is best known for her role as Jenny Willis Jefferson in The Jeffersons, which she portrayed in 1975 at the age of 26. Jenny, the daughter of Tom and Helen Willis and wife of Lionel Jefferson, was a strong, intelligent woman who navigated the complexities of being part of an interracial couple in a rapidly changing America. Throughout her career, Belinda received praise for her poised and graceful portrayal of Jenny, but her personal life and career were not without challenges. After the show ended in 1985, she struggled with finding consistent work in Hollywood, appearing in a few TV shows and movies but never reaching the heights of fame she enjoyed during her time on The Jeffersons. In her personal life, Belinda went through a series of failed relationships and experienced periods of emotional turmoil. Though she did not marry or have children, her life was marked by introspection and a search for stability. Today, Belinda Tolbert is 75 years old. She now lives a quieter life, largely away from the public eye, and reflects on her career with a sense of accomplishment despite the personal and professional struggles she faced. Damon Evans, born on November 24, 1949, was the actor who portrayed Lionel Jefferson Friend 1975 at the age of 26 on The Jeffersons. Lionel, the son of George and Louise Jefferson, was an intelligent, calm young man, often acting as the voice of reason in his turbulent family dynamic. Evans' performance was widely appreciated, but his life after the show was not as smooth. Although he gained fame from his role, Evans faced financial struggles and difficulties in his personal life, including a troubled marriage that ended in divorce. He also struggled with the pressures of fame, which led him to step away from the public eye for long periods. His personal life was kept largely private, but it's known that Evans struggled with balancing his career and family life, often feeling lost in the face of his own aspirations versus external expectations. Damon Evans is now 75 years old, living a more secluded life away from the media spotlight, away from acting and focusing on personal peace after a turbulent period in the spotlight. Garrett Morris was born on February 1, 1937, and played Jimmy in The Jeffersons in 1983 at the age of 46. Jimmy was a colorful, high-energy character who injected a sense of fun and lightheartedness into the scenes he appeared in. As an established comedian, Morris brought his extensive experience in sketch comedy and improv to his role in The Jeffersons, endearing himself to audiences with his infectious personality. Morris's career spanned decades, and he had notable roles on Saturday Night Live and in numerous films, but his path wasn't without significant obstacles. In the early years of his career, he struggled with discrimination and a lack of opportunities for black actors in the entertainment industry. His personal life was filled with turbulent relationships, and despite his professional successes, his private life faced many emotional challenges. Garrett was married a few times, but his relationships were marked by difficulties, including a marriage that ended in divorce. He has children, though little is publicly known about them. Now 87 years old, Garrett Morris has lived through health issues, including a significant struggle with mental health. Ernest Harden Jr. was born on November 25, 1952, and he portrayed Marcus Henderson in The Jeffersons starting in 1977 at the age of 25. Marcus is a young, determined man who works at George Jefferson's dry cleaning business and quickly becomes a fixture in the Jefferson household. With his youthful optimism and charisma, he brings a unique energy to the show, although his character's presence was not as prominent as others in the series. Ernest's early years were marked by challenges, including the difficulty of establishing himself in Hollywood as an African-American actor during the 1970s. His career had its ups and downs, with several TV appearances and film roles, but he never quite reached the level of fame many of his peers did. His personal life also faced its share of struggles, particularly with relationships and financial hardships. He was married at one point, though details about his spouse remain private. There are no public records of children. Despite the career difficulties, Ernest has kept a low profile in his later years and currently lives a more secluded life. He is now 72 years old. Victor Killian, born on March 6, 1891, was the actor who played Uncle Bertram in The Jeffersons in 1975 at the age of 84. Uncle Bertram was a quirky, lovable character, known for his endearing personality and memorable one-liners. However, Victor's life took a dark and tragic turn. Despite a successful acting career, Victor lived a life filled with hardship and loss. He was never married, and although he had a few brief relationships, he struggled to maintain lasting connections. His financial stability was inconsistent, often relying on sporadic acting work to make ends meet. Victor's most tragic moment came in 1979 when, at the age of 88, he was tragically beaten to death by burglars who broke into his apartment. The incident was a brutal end to a long life, and his death was a shocking reminder of the vulnerabilities that many elderly actors face, particularly those who are living alone. His passing on March 11, 1979 at the age of 88, was not widely covered in the media, and his death marked a tragic end to a character who had brought warmth and humor to many TV screens. Frank Deval was born on September 20, 1911, in Michigan, and he played the character Sammy in The Jeffersons in 1981 at the age of 70. Sammy was a charming, sophisticated man with a witty sense of humor, offering a sense of class to the show's ensemble cast. Aside from acting, Frank Deval was a celebrated composer and bandleader, known for his work in film scores and television theme music, including the iconic The Brady Bunch theme. Despite his success in entertainment, Deval's personal life was marked by difficulties. His marriage ended in divorce, and his health began to decline later in life, particularly due to heart-related issues. He faced a period of loneliness after his professional triumphs and struggled with the aging process. Deval's final years were a mix of reflection on his achievements and coping with the loss of close friends. He passed away on October 27, 1999, at the age of 88, due to congestive heart failure. Al Harrington was born on December 12, 1935, in American Samoa, and played the character Leon Caniculo in The Jeffersons in 1980 at the age of 45. Leon was a laid-back, warm-hearted character who added a sense of ease and humor to the show. Harrington, like many actors, faced personal and professional challenges throughout his career. While he was often praised for his performances, he struggled with being typecast in specific roles, which limited his career opportunities. His personal life was also complicated by a divorce and strained relationships with his family. Harrington faced the pressure of balancing his career in Hollywood with his cultural heritage, which at times felt isolating. However, despite these obstacles, he has continued to remain active in entertainment and community projects. Al Harrington passed away on September 21, 2021, at the age of 85. His story is one of resilience, as he maintained a quiet yet steady presence in the industry despite the trials he faced. Jason Bernard was born on May 17, 1938, in Chicago, Illinois. He portrayed Lloyd Tyndall on The Jeffersons in 1983 at the age of 45, a character known for his confidence and charm, often getting swept up in the show's hilarious moments. Bernard's career was full of potential but was marred by personal struggles. Though he was a talented actor, he faced financial instability and difficulties in his private life, including an unstable marriage that ended in divorce. His battle with alcohol also added to the strain on his relationships and career. Bernard had moments of success, but his personal demons overshadowed his professional achievements. His life was tragically cut short when he passed away from a heart attack on October 16, 1996, at the age of 58. Despite his early death, Bernard is remembered for his charisma and talent, leaving behind a legacy of what might have been had he overcome his struggles. Stefan Jericho, born on February 5, 1926, played Alan West on The Jeffersons in 1983 at the age of 57. Alan West was a no-nonsense, practical character who was often involved in various business dealings on the show. Jericho had an extensive career in both television and film, but his personal life was marked by considerable challenges. Growing up in New York, he faced financial hardships early on, but his talent allowed him to break through. He was married twice, but his first marriage ended in a bitter divorce, and his second marriage was clouded by personal struggles. He had one daughter from his first marriage, who he was very close to. Jericho's career saw both successes and setbacks, with roles in TV shows such as Knots Landing and Dallas, but his later years were affected by health problems. The actor's life was marked by the tragedy of a stroke in his later years, which led to his death on September 6, 2014, at the age of 88. Greg Morris, born on September 27, 1933, portrayed Jimmy's cousin on The Jeffersons in 1983 at the age of 50. His character added warmth and family connection to the storyline, embodying a sense of loyalty and support. Morris' career was defined by his memorable role as Barney Collier on Mission Impossible, where he showcased his versatility as an actor. Despite his professional triumphs, Morris faced many personal struggles. He married and had 2 children, but his family life was marred by tension and financial difficulties. Morris experienced the heartbreak of divorce, and he later battled severe health issues, including lung cancer. He continued to work in television and film, but his career slowed down as his health worsened. Morris passed away on August 27, 1996, at the age of 62, a victim of lung cancer, leaving behind a legacy as one of TV's pioneering African-American actors. Russell Johnson was born on November 10, 1924. He portrayed Max Steel in The Jeffersons in 1982 at the age of 58. Max Steel was an intelligent and resourceful character, offering support to the show's ensemble with his strong presence. Russell, best known for his role as the professor on Gilligan's Island, faced both triumph and tragedy throughout his career. Although he gained fame on television, his career was often overshadowed by typecasting, which limited the variety of roles he could pursue. In his personal life, Russell struggled with the end of his first marriage, which caused him emotional pain for years. He later remarried, but the strain of his professional life, coupled with his personal setbacks, created a sense of dissatisfaction that lingered throughout his later years. Russell was also deeply affected by the loss of friends and colleagues over the years, which served as constant reminders of the fragility of life. Russell Johnson passed away on January 16, 2014, at the age of 89 due to kidney failure. Barry Ingam, born on February 10, 1932, played Captain Marshall Monahan on The Jeffersons in 1982 at the age of 50. His role as a commanding officer brought authority and structure to the show's narrative. Ingam, originally from England, had a prolific career spanning both the stage and screen, with notable roles in films such as The Great Muppet Caper. However, his personal life was far from the polished image of his on-screen characters. Ingam was married to his wife for over 50 years, but their relationship faced many trials, including financial issues and the loss of a child. Professionally, Ingam dealt with the highs and lows of a career in acting, often facing limited opportunities as a character actor. He also experienced the loss of several close friends and colleagues during his career. Despite these challenges, Ingam remained dedicated to his craft, appearing in various roles until his health began to decline. He passed away on January 23, 2015, at the age of 82 from natural causes. Bernard Fox was born on May 11, 1927. He played Andrew Derrick in The Jeffersons in 1982 at the age of 55. Andrew, with his charming yet mischievous nature, added a unique flair to the series. Bernard, a talented actor known for his distinct voice and ability to bring characters to life, had a career that spanned multiple decades. However, behind his successful career, Bernard faced personal struggles that took a toll on his happiness. His first marriage ended in divorce, and although he later remarried, the emotional strain of his career and personal life never fully left him. His life was marked by a series of personal losses, including the death of close family members, which weighed heavily on his heart. Professionally, while Bernard enjoyed his time on The Jeffersons, he continued to face the challenges of being a character actor in Hollywood, never quite reaching the fame of some of his contemporaries. Bernard Fox passed away on December 14, 2016, at the age of 89 due to heart failure. Billy Sands was born on January 6, 1911, and portrayed the mechanic on The Jeffersons in 1977 at the age of 66. The mechanic was a character that brought humor and a sense of practicality to the show, often offering comic relief in otherwise tense moments. Despite the success of his role, Billy Sands faced many personal challenges. He had a difficult childhood marked by poverty and hardship, and his early years in acting were spent in relative obscurity. Billy had a complicated personal life, and his marriage to a fellow actress ended in a bitter divorce, which he claimed was due to their inability to balance their careers with family life. Though he had no children of his own, his strained relationship with his ex-wife left him emotionally scarred. Billy also battled addiction to alcohol for many years, a struggle that often overshadowed his career. His health deteriorated as he aged, and he ultimately succumbed to lung cancer on August 27, 1984, at the age of 73. His passing was a quiet affair, and his career, though significant, was overshadowed by his personal difficulties. Susie Garrett was born on December 29, 1929. She played Amanda in The Jeffersons in 1984 at the age of 55, a kind-hearted and nurturing character who often served as a pillar of emotional support for the people around her. Susie had a remarkable career, particularly in theater and television, though her life was not without personal challenges. While she found success in her acting career, her personal life was filled with struggle, including a difficult marriage that ended in divorce. Her relationship with her children was strained at times, and the weight of personal loss seemed to follow her throughout her life. Professionally, Susie worked hard to maintain a steady career, but she faced periods of unemployment and personal doubt. Her health, too, was a concern in her later years, as she fought a long battle with cancer, which ultimately led to her passing. Susie Garrett passed away on May 24, 2002, at the age of 72 due to cancer. Ivor Francis was born on October 26, 1918, and played Mr. Curtis in the Jeffersons in 1975 at the age of 57. Mr. Curtis was a no-nonsense character who was known for his stern and authoritative demeanor, serving as a moral compass for some of the more eccentric characters on the show. While Ivor's portrayal was memorable, his personal life was marked by hardship and struggle. In his early years, he found it difficult to break into the acting world, often taking on smaller, underappreciated roles before the Jeffersons. His marriage, though seemingly stable, ended in divorce, and he struggled with the emotional toll it took on him. Ivor had one child, a daughter, but his relationship with her became strained as his career and personal life faltered. He faced a series of health problems later in life, which affected both his acting career and his happiness. Ivor Francis passed away on October 22, 1986, just days before his 68th birthday, from an undisclosed illness. His death, though largely overlooked by the media, was a tragic end to a career that never fully reached its potential. William Bryant was born on January 31, 1924, and he portrayed Bill Wilson in The Jeffersons in 1980 at the age of 56. Bill Wilson was a character known for his straightforward and dependable nature, offering stability to the dynamic of the show. Though Bryant's career didn't reach the heights of some of his co-stars, his presence was memorable. Born into difficult circumstances, Bryant faced challenges early on, including a childhood marked by poverty and hardship. His career in Hollywood was steady, though not particularly high-profile, and he struggled with maintaining lasting relationships throughout his life. He was married once, but his marriage ended in divorce, and he did not have children. William Bryant's later years were marked by financial struggles, and despite his career in television and film, he never achieved the kind of lasting fame that many of his peers did. He passed away on June 26, 2001, at the age of 77. His death was a quiet end to a life that had seen both professional highs and personal lows. Peter Iacangelo was born on August 13, 1948, and portrayed the guard in The Jeffersons in 1983 at the age of 35. As the vigilant and duty-bound character, the guard played a small but memorable role in the series. Iacangelo, though relatively unknown in mainstream circles, had a varied career in television and film, frequently taking on roles in which he embodied authority and responsibility. However, the man behind the uniform led a life filled with personal struggles. Peter grew up in a rough neighborhood, and his early years were marked by hardship. His career, though filled with many notable roles, never quite reached the level of stardom many of his peers achieved. In his personal life, Peter was married twice, and both marriages ended in divorce, largely due to his intense focus on work and neglect of his relationships. He had children from his marriages, though details of them remain private. His later years were marred by health complications, and Peter passed away on November 17, 2021, at the age of 73 due to undisclosed causes. Dave Shelly was born on March 5, 1931, and portrayed Mr. Rollins in The Jeffersons in 1978 at the age of 47. Mr. Rollins was a practical character who, though not frequently in the spotlight, provided an essential grounding presence within the show. His role was often that of the dependable figure who helped to balance the chaos surrounding the other characters. Dave Shelly's personal life, however, was not as stable. Shelly faced numerous professional challenges and battled personal demons that significantly impacted his career trajectory. Despite his talent, he struggled to land major roles in Hollywood, and his relationships were marred by instability. He was married once, but his marriage did not last, and there are no public records of children. His life took another tragic turn when he was diagnosed with cancer. After a prolonged battle, he passed away on June 27, 1989, at the age of 58. His death was a heartbreaking moment for those who knew him, and his career, while not widely recognized, remains fondly remembered by his co-stars. Who is your favorite character from the Jeffersons? How do you feel knowing that some of the actors have passed away? Don't hesitate to leave your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoy this content, please remember to like, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell so you won't miss future videos. Thank you so much.